This isn't America. Get out of here, you stupid eagle. Howdy, folks. Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to episode 8 of our Railroad Tycoon 2 Let's Play. And I just noticed we've entered the 1900s now. Okay, 20th century, hello. And last time out, we were getting 20th century industries. We got this oil refinery, which is making us no money, but that's because we literally just got it. We got electric plants. We've had this oil well here for forever, but now we've actually can do stuff with it. Hooray! And then there's this beauty. Oh, this sweet, sweet auto plant. So, life is doing pretty good here. So today, let's see if we can get our auto plant up and running and get some cars for the people. Yay! Oh, we'll deal with that in a minute. Of course, you know what buttons to hit as usual. But before we begin here, we kind of have to go on a little bit of a capital expenditure project, shall we? Let me take you to our station here in Beijing. I have not bothered to update any of our buildings or the infrastructure around it since the beginning of the game. But now that I've got tons of money, and by that I mean $50 million, I think we need to go on a little bit of a spending spree and start upgrading our stations with stuff. Basically what I want to do is this. Basically how I've done this in the past. Give it telegraph poles, a large restaurant if it's a city, a small and a large hotel, a small restaurant if it's a hotel if it's a town. Customs houses are only for cities with ports next to them, so that really doesn't do anything. Liquid storage is for oil and chemicals. There's currently only 3 cities that have an oil well, so that's only where this would come in. This is for produce and milk, and there's really only a handful of stations that would have the milk and produce. There's, of course, the grain silo, so that would be for all of our grain-producing stations. Station pickup by 50%. Okay, so maybe this will be where our bakery goes to. I don't remember how this works. And then the warehouse is for our goods and stuff. So, for instance, here in Beijing, I believe so. This is a city, and I can tell because it demands oil and cement. We would give it telegraph poles, a large restaurant, a large hotel, and then because it produces goods, I'll give it a warehouse. And then that would be it. So this is going to run me 340,000. Okay, that's not bad. So I will need to do that for every single station in the game here, depending on what it is. So we'll see how much money this runs me, and we'll go from there. So hold on for 1 second while I go upgrade every single... All right, $17 million later, or somewhere along those lines, probably more like 20, we managed to get what we needed for building upgrades. So there we go. That part's done. I would like to do another check here to see if we have any extra supply, and sure enough... Okay, we're going to ignore the tires for just a minute. We got some logs that we need to send out. Alright. Well, actually, 2. Well, you do demand lumber, okay. Let's see, we have another one in Kikihar? No. Any other lumber mills? I know we have another one around here somewhere. Oh, there we go, Jinan. Actually, we'll make this one direct, and because I don't want to... Yeah, we'll add a first station to this. Okay, so that adds 2, and then we have another one in Yuntai, which actually does demand it now, so... We'll make this one direct. I think I should duplicate this track too, not for nothing. Especially since there's like 4 ports here just by itself. We're getting all of them, by the way, so there's that. Again, we're going to ignore the tires for right now. There's nothing we can do about it. That's a lot of passengers. Oh my goodness. Okay. The grain over here still needs to be sent out, but I don't know where to send it to. That's the issue. Maybe if we sent it to like a cattle farm, that would help. There's one in Beijing. That'll work. Alright, that'll work. I'll send it to the one in... over here. And then we'll do that. Nope, we're not ready for autos just yet. No, 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 we're not ready. We're not ready to have that conversation just yet. There's a lot more grain and wool over here. Except I don't know where to send it to. Further along the way. Oh, Wuhan's a nice spot to send it to. Okay. Sold. I guess so. All right. Okay, we're good there. I know we still have more oil, but I don't think there's anywhere we could send it to. I'll do something with the cattle and the grain over here. Can we upgrade this station? Since it's actually in a vital area, I'll give it a roundhouse too. Okay, there we go. You know what? Since the distance is a little shorter, I don't mind using moguls for this part. So, let's see. Sure. There we go. I know we're overloading that food budget, but so be it. Okay, let's see. Hypothetically, we could do more the steel production in Hefei. We're gonna save that for the auto production, though. I think this will be coming to use down the line. So let's pump the brakes on that one for just a second. Ton of coal there. I wish there was an electric plant that was closer. We can definitely make use of that. Same with over here. Let's hold off on that for 1 second. All right. Grain over here. Actually, if I know there's mountains, I'll do that. Okay, there we go. We got a few more trains there. What about over here? Still a ton of grain and a lot of wool. Ah, that sucks. There we go. Okay, and we still got an excess of wool over there, but I don't know where to send it to. Yeah. Okay, and I think we're... Oh, there we go. it to a different spot on the map. Done. Okay, that handles that problem. Now we can crank up the game speed a little bit. All right. Remember the auto plant I was talking about? So to do this, we need 2 steel and a thing of tires, and we get 3 autos. So ideally, we need 4 steel and 2 things of tires. The problem is, where do we start? I wanted to send these to Hefe, and then bounce them to the steel mill in... I suppose we can pick it up in Kadao and go to Beijing and then Tianan. Okay, I think I've got it. As long as Hefe demands autos, and I guess this will be the first spot that gets them, we're good. Okay. That'll work. Okay. See, the problem is they demand coal, and that's very annoying. So we're gonna have to find a port that doesn't demand, that doesn't have a steel demand already, and I think I found it. So let's start with that. We'll bring it to the steel mill in Beijing. Well, actually, we gotta bring it a little closer to home, so... yeah, it's gotta be the one in Hunan. That is not gonna work. Get out of here. Pick up tires from there. And if it all works out, we should have autos. Okay. That is... we'll see if this works out or not. So I'll keep my eyes peeled on that train, but... I would have loved to have sent it to Beijing or somewhere else, but if we send steel, this is going to claim it and think we're sending out goods when that's not what I want to do. And even if I were to change this thing, it probably will... hang on. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, so we'll leave it like that. And as long as all of a sudden Yantai doesn't need steel, we're good. So... I would like to do... actually, we're going to try another train. So we'll pick up 2 from here, 2 from here. This actually works perfectly, and then we can go to Tianjin. And I'll just drop them off in Hangzhou, funny enough. So we'll make a return trip. There we go. So that one's just going to gather up our supplies. If there's an auto plant closer to home, we'll definitely act on it. But until then... we'll just leave it. So that train's trying to do its thing now. It'll take a little while to make sure that works, but we'll come back to it. For sure. Alright. Still no money being made on that, but that's okay for right now. Obviously, we're not going to make any money there. Oh, dear. Well, that's not what I want to be seeing, but we'll allow it. Jeez, it's like half our fleet has decided to crash all at once. That's great. That's wonderful. Speaking of which, there's that. Okay. Another one! How many of these are going to keep crashing? And the camelbacks are only good for hills, so we're going to ignore that. outside of the 2 diesel plants, there really isn't anywhere to send this just yet. And once again, we only have 3 oil wells, so I'm not really going to push it too far. We continue to only have 1 auto plant, but that'll go up as time goes on. I am not worried about this. Of course, we get telephone poles, right as I just give everybody telegraph poles. Okay! Makes sense to me. Thanks, game. Alright, I think we're just cruising now. Alright, I'm back to full strength here. I'll try to push up my dividend a little bit. I was hoping for at least $1 million of income. We're up to almost $1 million. So we're close. That's the other goal I want to make too, is to get us $1 million of income. It would help immensely with our stuff here. So we'll buy those for the people. Aha! Gravel pit, and I think there's actually one nearby. Okay, so there it is. And if I remember correctly, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna do this right from the jump. First things first, actually, I'm gonna increase this to 2. Because there's a lot of industry trains that are coming out of the Mongolia over here, so we'll happily deal with that. So there's your gravel pit. Hold on, what the heck am I doing? Aha! There you go. I'm not, well, okay, so you get, we'll give it telegraph poles. That's fine. It's really the only thing I'm going to give it, since there's literally a station right here. As long as I need to find a nearby city that's demands cement here. I found my target. Okay. How much gravel are we producing over here? Just 2. So there's our new station. There's this, and there's the spot where that demands it. So that'll work. So that'll be a little bit, but we finally have our first gravel pit, and we can finally do something with the stuff over there. Also, give me that. The people demand it. Let's see. Any more autos plants? Just the 2? Really, we're looking for autos and diesel at this point, but still no expansion. Milk 2, but I think there's only 2. Okay, we're entering a recession now. That's not good. Ruh-roh! I knew our central planning didn't work good enough. Ah, dang it. Oh, why is there a random cotton farm over here? Okay, this is going to be a little bit contradictory here. I'm going to get rid of this station and replace it with a medium station over here. I'm aware there's a train that is currently utilizing this station. But I want the cotton farm too. Now, where is it? Oh boy, it's one of our newer ones. I'm trying to find it. It's not this one. Alright, well, that'll get fixed. Although, well, yeah, I should probably... I know it's around here somewhere. I don't see it. Is it this one? No. You know what? We'll find it one... I feel like this is one of those situations where we'll just find it one day. I am not seeing it at all, so there's that. No, I could have sworn we had a coal train over here, but I don't know where it is. So we're going to pretend like it doesn't exist to some extent. But if I send it to Zebo, it should work. Okay. And then, that'll work. Resupplies the diesel plant and the thingy. And makes use of our cotton. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal there. Okay, well, I like that. Ship the goods out. Life will be good. All right. Now, hopefully we can... Well, first off, there's that. Second off, I was going to say, hopefully we can weather this recession. Not for nothing. Game is starting to give me a little of an aneurysm here. How has nothing really used our diesel plant yet? That's a little wild. I think it's because we got a lot of traffic in this area. I'm going to have to do a traffic study here. Okay. So here's the traffic density map. Let's see if we can find anything wild. Oh, no. Now, I'm okay because we got tons of money, so I'm not concerned, but man, oh man, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a pain in my you-know-what. Wuhan is... I tried building an alternate route, but it's not being used. So, I guess there's that. Well, we're just losing everything now, aren't we? Another iron train. Good grief, stop that. Alright. Alright, how do we rectify this a little bit? Problem is the AI will do whatever the AI feels like. Okay. If I could bypass Nanning... Yeah, I know. They cut my... We're in the Depression. I'm not really worried about my net wealth and all that stuff, so it is what it is. I just want to solve this traffic problem. We got a lot of traffic up here, but the trains don't want to seem to use this. I think it's just because this corridor is, like, ultra busy. I don't know what to do for it, so there is that, I guess. This corridor, I think we can work our magic, but I've already kind of had a solution, but I guess not. So maybe if I did, like, a bypass over here, using some of the existing infrastructure. So let's see. Let's try it. So we'll do this. We'll do that. We'll snake right past this coal mine. Then do that. And upgrade that. So that's kind of a secondary line. Maybe it'll help give us some relief. I don't know. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. And then there's nothing I can do for that. Nothing I can do here. If we could build through these hills, that'd be great. I don't think there's a way. Well, there is. I mean, I'm willing to try it, sure. Well, we don't want to do that, because that's kind of an issue on its own. Okay. Okay, I think we can work. Ah, okay, that's just wonderful. But also just got Janan connected now. I don't know if any trains want to go through here. Okay, so there's that. Any more traffic jams that are causing us grief? Oh, right, down here. I know, track building in a recession. Depression. What kind of maniac would do that? If we did this... Oh, that's perfect. Alright. See if the trains will take this back door route for south of Nanjing. And see if maybe that helps with the traffic a little bit more. Let's see. Any other area? I can't really do anything about this because of the hills. So there's not really going to be a backdoor route there. Going for the mountains is going to be a pain in you know what. There's not much I can do. And same. Okay. Same. Okay. Let's look further west. This is not bad at all. Basically, the lighter it is, the worse the traffic is. And it looks like this one's pretty bad, but I'm not seeing too much that says go get more stuff. If this is kind of used, and that's news to me, so that's... This will be the last area we upgrade. And then on top of that, we could use kind of a refueling station up here to help with the hills. Okay, so that helps us out quite a bit, to say the least. And I don't think I need anything down here right now. So now the hope is that our trains will actually use this new infrastructure. Oh, look at that! That didn't take long. Bingo! They are already using it. This train, passenger train, decided that it was going to do it. All right. Ooh, this one's using... Okay, clearly I miscalculated that. Misjudged that. Alright, fine. As soon as I saw that reverse, I'm like, yep, that one's... Okay, so they want to go south. Okay. Gotta lead them to where they want to go. That's the gist of it. They're still overcrowding Jinan, but there's nothing I can do about that. At least not right now. Speaking of doing, there's that. Oh, I could have actually used an Atlantic. That's okay. Okay, so they're using this new line, which is actually good. That's what I wanted. They aren't really using this bypass over here. Okay, that's good. That depression didn't last too... That depression only lasted for like 2 seconds before it finally decided to cool down. Oh, there's a lot of train traffic over here, not for nothing. Excuse me. Okay, we'll duplicate that. That's enough. They are using this bypass. Yay! Okay, you are using the bypass. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so we're using stuff now. Okay, Jinan has a chemical plant. Is there a fertilizer plant, I should say? Is there a chemical plant to go with it? Yes! Okay. Back up just a second. First off, welcome back, economy. Second off, there's your fertilizer plant, but where's Jinan? Where is it? Geography is not really good. There it is. Wait, how do you have both a fertilizer plant and a chemical plant? What? How does that work? Wait a minute. Wait. Stop. How? How is this possible? What? You know what's stupid? The game does not automatically convert this into this, even though they're in the same city. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. If I truly wanted to, and this is so stupid, I could literally do that right there and supply the fertilizer plant. I literally could do that if I wanted to. But then where does the fertilizer go, number one? That is just wild how that's the case. I'm just bewildered how that works. Fertilizers go to grain and cotton farms, so... I mean, we could go to this one right here. I'd like to have somewhere that has multiple, so here would be a good spot for it. Alright, I'm gonna do it. This is just so stupid. Speaking of stupid, what am I doing? Hang on. I'm trying to get the nearby coal mine there, too. 2 for the price of 1. There we go. I have to do a liquid storage. As long as the Nan has everything, which it does, I'm fine with just leaving that the way it is. Seriously, that is so stupid. Jeez. Okay, give me a mogul. And then... the fertilizer can go to, I said... here? Yeah. That has to be one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Now, hold on a minute. Well, there's that. I would like for this to just casually cross the river. That works. So it's got like a return trip ticket. Don't worry, the trains aren't going to be blocked. There's just a lot of traffic entering Zinan. That is... seriously, how do you even... Well, at least we got 2 for the price of 1, so there's that. Now... okay, our steel train is en route. This train continues to be stuck. I wish there was an auto plant closer to home. Oh, that's a mess. Any updates? Yes! Okay, I didn't realize this till just now. Oh, silly me. So the unused oil well in Zebo is now going to be used. And what's actually kind of funny is it's literally right nearby, so... okay, this is going to be funny how this works out. I wish there was an electric plant, another second electric plant. Okay, Pacifics are now up and available. Which is... Oh... yeah, if you're out in that area, I'm going to say do it. Okay. Let's see. I wish there was a way. Actually, yeah, never mind. Sorry. That's on me. Alright, we'll check again in a little bit. Alright, I like where everything's going. But we gotta keep our eyes peeled for any more auto... Okay, that was rude. That was rude, so... that's not gonna help. Great. Just great. Okay, so there's no auto plant here, so these two trains are now essentially useless. Alright, so they get to be retired. It's very rare that I retire trains, because I usually will try to use them, but if there's no steel plant, then why the heck am I using them for? Alright. That is unfortunate that the game decided to take that away. I'm not sending things to that auto plant over there. We've been over this. That is not going to help us, our cause at all. Not for nothing, but we could use some more passenger trains, too. I feel like. So we got an excess amount of passengers. So maybe when the year begins, I'll do that. So looks like we could use some more passenger rail. So I'm just slipping through some of these cities, and it's like, we could. All right. So give it a minute here. I know we're struggling a little bit on the profitability side, but the economy is not doing us any favors. Okay, so we're gonna do something here. Now we're gonna do 3 every time. So I'm gonna take Beijing to Wuhan and back. We'll do like Beijing to Shanghai. And then, since this is going through the mountains, give it a little bit of a tour here. There we go. Not that one. There's a weird curve over there, if I remember correctly. There we go. We'll start another one at Xi'an. Okay. Another one in the center of the country. Okay. And then we can start one in Taipei. Excellent. And then one file and one from Nanjing to the capital. And then one for our eastern stuff. Kiki Har. There we go. So there we go. Now we got some more passenger trains. See if maybe that'll make a difference. Meanwhile, I want to see if there's any more. Well, there's a whole bunch over 30 years old. I'm going to replace them with, we'll do Pacifics. See if we can get some of those engine maintenance costs down. That one's fine. We still have Americans? That's wild. And then, yep, that's the last one I'm replacing. Okay. So we can speed the game up a little bit. Oh, I see how it is. So you relocate the freaking auto plant from here to there, thinking it'll work. Okay, okay, I see what you did there, game. It's not funny, but I see what you did there. Okay. Okay, okay, fine. Have it your way. All right. Oh, and now we have another one outside of Hunan. Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. Good grief. All right. I got an idea. And it involves this one right here. Okay. And Chang demands autos. Okay, this will work perfectly. Actually, we only need 2, if I remember correctly. There you go. So let's see. So if we get rubber from... Okay. Over here, we're going to start in Shanghai. Hefei. Hongnan is where the steel mill is, but also where the auto plant is. So Wuhan's probably our better bet. Okay. There we go. Okay, now Hefei, I would like to do something with that station. So, Ningbo would be the target here. How do I want to do this? Man, there's a lot of iron over there. I don't want to tap that out. Okay. Hold on a minute. I think I screwed up that last one. No, I did not. Okay, that's fine. So let's see. We'll bring it right back to the capital. Well, actually, we can bring it to the nearest city, which is here. All right. So that's done. Easy enough. And then, let's see. Well, there's also that. LOL. Alright, let's see. I don't really see anything else we could bring it to. Another diesel thing down here in Hansheng. Okay. Could use more electric plants, not for nothing. That would help out immensely rather than just bring it to this one. Watch that go away, or one of the two, and then we're totally screwed. Alright. We're gonna try. I wish there was another source around here we could use. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, this will work. This will work just fine. Oh, there you go. But that's not exactly a good spot. Ah, this won't work. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. We've already been through this. Every time I do that, it ends up coming back to haunt me. Oh right, there's one over here? I think we're already sending one to that, so you. There you go. See, we're making good use of all of our tire production all of a sudden. I wish there was another iron mine nearby. Alright, well, we'll see if that works. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled on these. Okay, so there we go. Now it's sending it to Wuhan. Okay, no unprocessed oil or coal. These have to go to electric plants or oil refineries. I knew that was going to come up eventually. Aha, there we go. We're back. Hangzhou now has one. Oh my... That's going to cause some issues now, isn't it? Oh boy. That's actually really helpful. So now I can just do this. Yeah, no more unprocessed coal, which is good news for us. Wait, what? Hold up. So apparently we're now getting aluminum imported. Okay, that is interesting. Too bad, well... Not so fast. Okay. Gets into the tool and die facilities. That might help our cause. Really? Nobody hit more than 44 miles an hour? Bruh, we gotta be speeding. Or to get ahead here. What are we doing? I'll use that for the more shorter routes. Actually... Pacific's nice and reliable. Okay. I was hoping for an straight-up aluminum mill, but that'll work too. We'll put it in the ones that have a lot. That way we can at least, you know... If it has a lot of ports, I'll use it. Otherwise, I'm not really going to for right now. No, those plants do not require that. Nice try. Looking for anything with like 3 ports or more. Ningbo kind of has one. How about Ningbo to... I'd like for it to be... I don't know. I really don't know. Alright, this will be the last year we do. For this episode at least. Well, I gotta replace that. I guess the Pacifics are now what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, that'll work. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, nothing got there just yet. That's a bummer. Oh, I got a lot of traffic up in this area that I can't really deal with. Maybe I could do something with the logs in Ningbo, too. Not for nothing. I don't like it, but we'll do it anyways. There we go. We got like 3 lumber mills over there. Why not? I just hate the fact one of our vital corridors is up a freaking hill. Yeah, this corridor, I've just concluded, is just awful in general. There's nothing we can do about it because of the hill. But it is what it is. Hold on. Okay, it's still there. I'm just checking. Alright. Oh, hold on. A year changed, so I'm going to actually keep it going. Back to this. Well, it's lucrative, so I'll own it. Give me that. the people would demand it. And actually, economy cooling. Oh, that's nice. It's still literally the only chemical. Well, there's now another one up here. I don't know why that's the case. I can expand this station, actually. Okay, that works. I don't know where we would send it to, but okay. Oh, that'll work. Oop. Okay, now we're good. That'll set up the cycle. So there we go. I just wanted to get that set up. Hypothetically, we could bring it back to Ulaanbaatar, but I don't see why. That's now going over. Another recession. Jeez. Get off my back, game. Can I click on this? Okay, there you go. Buy that. Okay, for the people. Ah, there's no grain over there, finally. Jeez, that took long enough to, like, milk all that away. Okay, yeah, I mean, we're hanging in there. I know, our profits are starting to go down the drain a little bit. Just curious what's causing it. Okay. Oh, this is book value. Ah, we'll get back to that later. Let's see. Couldn't do this again, even if I tried. That's funny. That is really funny. Okay, that's where we purchased our train, so kind of the same deal. Okay, well, I know, our freight's kind of going down a little bit, but we managed to increase it by a lot, so... I think it's just the nature of the beast, the economy that is, so I'm not really concerned. So it'll recover, but we're still making money as far as I can tell. It's just, I think the economy is partly to blame here. Meanwhile... Huh. Oh, why would I attempt a merger if there's no one to merge with? That's silly. Two things I'd like to do. Number one, we'll issue some stock. And I'll go buy some the leftover shares of my own money. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to increase this to $1. Hold on. There you go. I think $1 is good. Okay, $1 per share is not bad. So all that 1.6 million is coming to me, plus my salary, but that's kind of insignificant. Most of our salary is coming from these dividend payments here. And every time I issue shares, it helps. So there we go. And we've got 52 million in the bank, so we're making tons of money off of that interest. So it's going greatly, and we've got 110 million. In fact, our total right now, just to update everybody, approximately 341 million. Okay, that's not bad at all. 341 million, and we've got, I don't know, a little over 100 years ago, so it'll go a little lot quicker. I don't think electric trains are on the menu right now, no. So we'll keep feeding our auto plants or some of our newer industries, but yeah, bottom line is, well, we're moving and grooving here, so we'll try to do as much as we can here. So as always, thank you all so much for watching. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you on the next stop. Peace out, y'all.